What's up, HASfit Tribe? It's your personal trainer, Coach Kozak.
I'm Claudia, and this is a resistance band workout.
The only equipment required for today's routine is a long resistance band with a couple of handles.
And you may want to have a few bands on hand so that you can increase or decrease your resistance as needed.
If you're ready to go, let's begin. All right, it is showtime. Let's get into this workout. We are going to begin with a warm-up, and the purpose of our warm-up today is to elevate our overall body temperatures and get our heart rates up. We need a little added mobility, flexibility work in. First one's gonna be a dynamic chest opener. Let's bring those arms up until we got 90-degree angles all around. Now let's close them. Trying your best to touch your hands and your elbows in between. You may or may not be able to get there. And then as we open them up, we're pulling back on those elbows and hands, almost like somebody's behind us and they're gently pulling back. Opening up our chest, shoulders, and back on this one. This one's also great for our posture. You know, we get so many things in our modern lifestyles that are pulling us forward, and this helps to restore that natural upright posture. Big deep breaths here. Let's go 10 more seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, combo upper lower body move coming at you next. Let's start with our feet shoulder width apart. We're gonna bring our straight arms up overhead and bring our right knee up. Return back down. Now let's go left knee up. So it's a march in place plus an overhead shoulder extension. So we're trying our best to get a full range of motion with those arms, bringing them all the way up overhead, maintaining straight arms, palms are facing in. Another one to warm up our shoulders and then our lower body as well with that march in place. Warming up our quads, hamstrings, glutes, even our core, using that core to draw that knee in. Breathing here. We do want to get our heart rates up, but at the same time, we're not moving at a crazy cardio pace here. This is just the warm up.
Yeah, save some in the tank.
That's it, save some energy. We got a good one in store for you here today, HASfit Tribe.
This is a good place to also just get in tune with your breath. As you bring your knee up, make sure you exhale, and as you bring it down, inhale.
And we'll be giving you those breathing cues throughout today's routine. Let's go 10 more seconds on this one. Starting to feel warm already. Getting in that right mental mindset for 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, another combination move for you. We're gonna start in a staggered stance. It's a staggered skier swing plus rotation, a mouthful, I understand that. So staggered stance, I've got my right foot back. I'm gonna swing both arms back while I hinge at my hips, feeling that stretch in the hamstring of my lead leg. Now stand up, and now I'm going to rotate into that side of that lead leg. So swing down, up, rotate into the side of that lead leg again. So as we're going down, we want to feel that stretch in our hamstrings, glutes, lower back as we hinge at our hips, and then we open up on that rotation. We get some nice thoracic spine mobility work in, as well as another move to help loosen up our shoulders, chest, and back. It's a nice combo move here, hitting multiple muscle groups on multiple planes. Definitely a dynamic, functional warm-up move.
Yeah, this is a good one. I really like the hinges. when you are doing a hinge, make sure you're not turning it into a squat. Notice how this movement is hip dominant, and we're just keeping the same bend in our knee the whole time, in both knees actually.
And we need to switch sides now. Same move, opposite foot back. And begin.
Back, rotate.
Now, rotating into that lead leg. And as you're going through and performing these, you'll probably find that you'll actually feel yourself start to loosen up from rep to rep. And if you're having a hard time maintaining balance on that staggered skier swing, go ahead and widen your base just a little bit. And that should help with your balance. Breathing in on the way down. And out on the way up. All right, let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right, warm up complete. I'm ready for work. You ready, Claudia?
I'm warm. Let's do it.
All right, we hope you're ready out there as well. So we are going to perform today's routine, counting repetitions. So it is more of a traditional strength training style. We're going to get started with the superset, alternating our upper and lower body. And we're both reaching for our heavier of our two bands for this first one, and we're going to move to the floor. So this is called a seated semi-supinated row. And throughout today's routine, we're going to encourage you to change up your resistance level for the intensity of the move. All right, so we're going to start by wrapping this band behind our feet, and just to get the right length, both of us are going to double up. So we're wrapping around twice, and I'm getting that band set up in the middle of my foot. Depending on the length of your band, you may need to wrap around once, twice, 3 times. But really, once you sit up here with good posture, you want to already start to feel that resistance.
And you want to make sure that you feel equal resistance on both sides.
Exactly. We're going to perform 10 rows, so with good posture. Palms are facing in. I'm going to pull back from the elbows, full range of motion, and return. So we're doing this one for 10 reps, and we're going to do it together. Ready? And begin. Again, control the full range of motion, good posture, keep your abs tight, shoulders are back and retracted, not rounded. And anytime we perform a row or a pull like this, we want to pull back from those elbows, almost like there's a string attached to them, and that string is being pulled back on. So we're not pulling back on the hands, but instead we're pulling back from those elbows.
We have 3 more repetitions.
Yeah, like we said, it's 10 in total. And by rep 8, you should start to feel it. And if not, you're going to want to increase your resistance.
Last one.
And there's 10.
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
As we mentioned, we're alternating between an upper and a lower body move. So there was your upper, and now we're moving on to our lower body exercise. We're going to give you 2 different variations here of a squat. So we're both going to start by placing the band under our feet. And again, I'm using the heavier, my 2 bands for this one. And for mine, I don't have to do anything fancy. I can just go ahead and step on it, and then bring it up to a racked position for a front squat.
And actually for this one, I'm just going to step on it with both feet. And if you need to, if you don't want to wrap it around your feet, you can actually just kind of choke up on your resistance band for this variation.
Again, depending on the length of your band, you're going to have to adjust it accordingly. All right, we're going to perform 10 squats, putting weight back on our hips, full range of motion all the way down, all the way up. My version is a little more challenging because I'm getting more resistance by having more leverage on the band. All right, 10 reps together. Ready, begin. Weight in the hips. Excellent. All the way up, all the way down. We want to make sure that we maintain balance between our forefoot and our heel. So we're not coming forward onto our toes, and we're not falling back onto our heels, but we're driving through that midfoot. Anytime we squat, we want to break at the hips first, then at the knees. Keeping good posture.
Inhale as you go down, and exhale as you come up into a standing position.
Not bending over. Good upright here.
This is repetition number 8.
That's it. So you start to feel it here. 9. This one's working your hamstrings, glutes, and quads. Here's the last one, number 10. Excellent. Okay.
Nice job.
So that's one time through that superset. So now you have a feel for each of the movements. We encourage you to adjust your resistance accordingly. If it was too easy, increase it. If it was too hard, decrease it. We're moving back to the floor for another set of our rows. Again, I'm gonna double around here.
Yep.
You decide what's appropriate for you. Another factor is, like, how long are your legs, right? So a lot of variables here that you'll have to really just learn your bands.
Right.
All right, 10 repetitions together. Palms are facing in. Ready and begin.
As you pull back, make sure you exhale and inhale as you move back towards your feet with your hands.
This one's really our entire upper back, rhomboids, lats, even a little traps. Also working your biceps, forearms on that grip. Throwing a lot of compound moves at you today. A lot of work in a short period of time. Focusing on your breathing. Focus on nice, slow, controlled reps.
Your last repetition is right here, number 10.
Excellent, there's number 10. All right, so we're gonna come back up to our feet. While our back and arms are resting, our legs are gonna work. You decide if the front squat or if the squat with your hands at your side is most appropriate for you. We're doing this one again for 10 repetitions in total. I'm bringing my hands up into that rack position. Elbows are in. Ready, Claudia?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. And begin. Sitting back, weight in those hips. Again, under control here. If you've performed our strength training routines before, you've heard me talk about time under tension, and that principle applies here as well. It's not a race. Want to control that lowering phase, what we call the eccentric phase.
Halfway.
Making those muscles work. Excellent. Breathing in on the way down.
Ooh, number 6 in the second round, and I'm already feeling it.
Breathing out on the way up. If you're feeling it, that means it's working.
Number 8, 2 more.
Finishing strong, Trod. Come on. Big power right here. Last one. Controlling the way down and finish strong. Nice work. Our next superset has another lower upper body combination for you, starting with a stiff leg kickstand deadlift. So we're both going to perform the same move, and we grab the heavier of our 2 bands. So we're going to take our band and we're going to wrap it around our 1 foot lead leg, and I'm actually going to wrap mine around twice.
As am I.
And so you'll know you have the right amount of tension on this one when you stand up and you already feel the tension right here. So if you get up here and it's still loose, then you're going to want to wrap it around once again. So I'm going to take my back foot and I'm going to line my balls of my foot with like the back of my left heel. Slight bend in the knee of my lead leg. And now I'm going to hinge at my hips. Feel that stretch of my hamstrings, keep my back straight. Stand back up, squeeze my glutes up at the top. We're going to perform this one for 10 repetitions on each side. Ready? And here we go. So hinging just at those hips, you start with a slight bend in that knee, and then you maintain that same bend throughout the move.
You want to inhale your breath as you hinge, and as you come up to starting position, you will exhale.
This one's going to work your hamstrings, your glutes, lower back, even your grip, just maintaining those handles. Want to make sure you keep that head in line with your spine on this one. So as you're coming down, you don't want to keep your neck cranked up looking at the screen, but instead that sight travels with you.
Yep, we have 3 more.
Again, that big deep breath on the way down. Squeezing glutes at the top.
Last repetition.
Finishing strong. There's number 10. All right, same move, but of course now we have to do it on the opposite side now. So a little more familiar with the setup. Go ahead and wrap it around that lead foot. So I'm gonna line my back foot with that just behind that back heel. Ready? And begin. Again, maintaining a slight bend in that lead leg. Start with that bend and you keep it. So it becomes all a hinge in the hips. And that's how we get those glutes firing, that hamstring working, and that lower back working, and our quads not taking over. This one's also great for our balance as well. That kickstand stance forces that lead leg to do the work and to stabilize at the same time.
4 more reps.
Excellent. Getting stronger every repetition here. Under control. I know it'd be easier if we were going fast, but keep it slow for me here.
Last rep, right here. Push those hips back.
Push them back. Drive them forward. Squeeze the glutes at the top. All right, there's
Good
10.
job.
All right, so next up we have an upper body move, and you're gonna notice we're both gonna reach for our lighter of our 2 bands for this next one. We're gonna perform a staggered stance overhead shoulder press.
And just for me personally, as a rule of thumb, anytime I hear the word shoulder, I automatically think I'm going to drop my weight.
Which makes sense, right? Because your shoulders are a smaller muscle group than your legs. So let's go ahead and put that band under your lead foot right in the middle. And I'm gonna step back into a staggered stance. Now I'm gonna bring my hands to my chin. My elbows are tucked in, palms are facing in. We're gonna press straight up overhead and then control the way back down. Again, doing this one for 10 repetitions. Ready, and begin. Nice full range of motion, finishing all the way overhead, to the best of your abilities. Maintaining a slight bend in both knees. This one's gonna work your shoulders, your chest, triceps, even some upper back, helping you stabilize. And then when those bands are overhead, you should also feel that core getting activated, just to maintain that posture with that resistance bearing down on you.
3 more repetitions.
You're breathing in on the way down, and then you're exhaling as you drive those bands in your hands straight up overhead.
Last one right here.
Here's 10.
Exhale. Nice job.
All right, very good. All right, we're gonna give those shoulders a rest. While the shoulders are resting, our posterior chain is gonna work. So again, we're switching up to our heavier band for the lower body movement for that stiff leg kickstand deadlift. Getting started with my left foot here, wrapping around again, wrapping around twice. Lining up my back foot, or my back toe to my left heel on the ball of the foot. 10 repetitions here, little bend in that knee. Let's do it. Again, hinging at those hips, full range of motion.
Keeping great posture as we bend over.
And a nice little mental model on this is to pretend like you're trying to push your glutes through the wall behind you as you're lowering. So you're feeling that stretch back as you lower. And then again, make sure we're getting those glutes firing. Squeeze your glute up at the top. And I do say glute singular because it's gonna be the glute of that lead leg.
Here is repetition number 7. 3 more.
So around reps 8 and 9 is when you should really start to feel it. And if you're not, it's time to increase your intensity.
1 more rep.
Last one, let's finish strong, tribe. And 10, all right. Same move, opposite side now. Last set of these. Adjusting your resistance if needed. And again, just a reminder, once we get up here, you should already feel that resistance. Shouldn't be loose right here. All right, ready position. Last 10, let's do it. Driving those hips back and forward. All nice and under control. Not just standing up and shooting back down, but fighting that resistance, especially on the way down, not allowing it to pull you down really fast. It's that time under tension that's going to increase our strength, build muscle. We're making those muscles work, not just momentum.
And here's number 7. So after this, 3 more.
Last 3. And then you can check this one off your list. All right, last one. Let's finish strong right here. And 10.
Ooh, nice work.
All right. So we can go ahead and, I'm setting my heavier band aside for our last set of our split stance neutral press. This time, let's go ahead and place our opposite foot back. So this time that means for me, I'm gonna place a band under my right foot and my left leg is gonna be back, but make sure you're choosing the opposite one that you used last time. Big deep breath here. Hands are in a rack position and let's press. Begin for 10 repetitions. All the way up, all the way down. And a good sign that you've chosen the right resistance is you can complete the reps, but maybe you start to shake a little bit. Maybe you're starting to feel that burning sensation in your shoulders. And those are all good signs. That's how we know this is working.
Ooh, especially when you hit rep number 5. Can really feel the burn.
We're getting stronger together, folks. Rep by rep, we are putting in the work to accomplish those goals.
3 more reps.
Nobody ever said it was going to be easy, but it will be worth it.
Last one right here, nice and controlled.
That's it. Dig deep, folks. And 10. Nice work. Next up, we have a tri-set. So we have 3 different exercises that we're going to alternate. And these are all 3 what we would call accessory exercises. We're going to work our core and our arms. For our first move, I'm going to go with my heavier band.
I'm going to stick with my lighter ones.
So you're going to have to see the move and decide what's most appropriate for you. So we're going to move to the floor and get into a high plank position. But before we do, I'm going to take this band and I'm going to bring it underneath my arms, like so. And as I come down to the floor and I place my hands on the floor, I'm trapping that band underneath my hands and making sure that I have a high degree of tension there. So we're both going to get up into a high plank position. So we're also known as like a push-up position. And I'm going to perform a high plank knee up and in.
And I'm just going to maintain this high plank position for the whole 30 seconds.
So again, I'm going to bring my knee up, in, and return, alternating. Doing this one for 30 seconds, folks. Ready and begin. So this one's an extra challenge because we have that resistance from the band working against us, pulling us back down to the earth.
And if you're going to maintain this high plank position, just try to visualize having a straight line from your head to your heels, making sure not to have our bums up, but maybe bring our hips forward just a little bit to help us maintain that straight line. You don't have much left. In 3, 2, 1, and break.
Ooh, all right. That one's working our core, our shoulders, back, a bunch of muscle groups, arms, all at the same time.
Yes.
All right, so I am gonna grab my lighter band for this one. Next one, we're gonna work on our triceps with a band tricep pull apart. And if you have handles like we do, which you probably do, you don't want them flopping around on you, I recommend you go ahead and start by grabbing the handle and then wrapping around on both hands. And now we have some good tension here in the middle. I'm gonna bring my elbows back. My elbows are bent. And now I'm gonna extend my arms, straightening them out and return back to middle. So our goal is to just work those triceps and only move that elbow joint. We're gonna perform this one for 10 repetitions. Ready and begin. So we don't wanna get our back involved on this one. We want those triceps to do the work. Extending from our elbows, breathing the whole way.
Ooh, rep number 4. You know you picked a good weight if you're starting to feel it by 4.
Ooh, you're already
and 5.
feeling it at 4? Yeah.
I am.
Well, by this time we have some cumulative fatigue going as well, right?
That's true.
Muscles are already starting to get fatigued from the other exercises that we've performed so far today.
That's 7. Ooh.
We're feeling it too, tribe. We're right there with you.
9 and last one.
And 10. All right, I'm gonna keep this same weight. Next up, we have what's called a reverse curl. So we're gonna start by placing the band under both feet But depending on the length of your band, maybe you just want to do 1 foot. You'll see once you get into it. We're going to grab onto our handles with our palms facing down. Our elbows are locked in tight to our side. And now we're going to curl up, bending in only the elbows, and return back down. Nice and under control, both ends. 10 repetitions, doing it together, and begin.
So trying to keep our palms down the whole time.
That's it. They are down the whole time, and our wrists are locked in place. So you shouldn't have them loose like this, but instead, those hands and wrists are in line with your forearms throughout the move.
Keeping our elbows nice and close to our body. That's number 4. 6 more.
And we're eliminating all momentum here. So we're not getting our whole body involved in and none of that action, but instead maintaining control, eliminating momentum, forcing those biceps and forearms to do the work.
That's number 8. 2 more reps.
Last 2 here, starting to feel it. All right, last one, number 10. Finish strong, tribe. And 10.
Excellent.
All right, so that's 1 time through this tri-set. We're gonna do it once more. I'm going back to my heavier band. Are you staying light on this one?
I'm gonna stay where I'm at, but I might choke up just a little bit on my band
right.
here.
And so again, with the bands, it's all about getting a feel for it. The bands that you have, no 2 bands that have the same resistance level. So let's move to the floor, get in that high plank position. Getting our resistance, trapping that band under our hands. High plank position here. Ready and begin. Again, I'm doing the knee up and then rotate in.
And I'm maintaining this high plank position, which in and of itself is a challenge as well. Just pick your challenge level here.
That's it. We got hard and harder here for you today. There are no easy options. If you were looking for an easy out, this isn't it. This is a workout.
That's right. You don't have much left, actually. That 30 seconds goes by fast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break.
All right.
Nice work.
So we're coming back up, moving back into our tricep pull aparts. And again, I'm gonna go with my lighter of my 2 weights for this one. Again, as a rule of thumb, smaller muscle groups use less resistance, larger muscle groups use more.
Which is why your legs can handle much more weight.
And again, that little trick we use here, wrapping it around our hands.
Ooh, too much. Okay, I got it.
Bringing those upper arms until they're parallel to the floor. 10 reps, let's hit it. Again, this one's all in that elbow joint. Don't get any other movement involved here. No momentum, no help from our shoulders.
And exhale as you bring those arms out. That's 4.
And as we extend, we're squeezing those triceps, that big muscle in the back of the arm.
That beautiful one everyone wants to see around summertime. That's the one you're aiming for. And 8.
Last 2 right here. All right, number 10.
Smile through that.
Boom.
Got it.
Oh, I'm
Nice
feeling
work.
it.
Yeah.
Hope you're feeling it out there as well. All right,
I think I'm gonna keep.
Gonna keep it. All right, we're going into a reverse curl again. So last set of this one, get our setup right. Again, whether this band under both feet or 1 foot, you want that tension throughout the whole move. That's what we're aiming for. All right, palms are facing back, elbows are in. Let's do it for 10 reps. Begin. Again, elbows are locked into our side here. One way to cheat on this is to bring them out, but we don't want to do that. We're not here to cheat. We're here to get results. See this workout all the way through. If you've made it this far, you can make it to the end. Now is a good time of the workout to remind yourself what it is that brought you here today to begin with. Something made you hit that play button, set aside time in your day for a workout. What is it? What are you working towards?
2 more repetitions.
Staying focused on that goal is going to help you accomplish it.
Last one coming up right here.
And 10. control, and that's it. The first move in our next superset is a banded hip up, and I'm gonna grab the heavier of my 2 bands for this one, and we're gonna move to the floor. This one's gonna work our posterior chain. We need to lie back down, or I should say sit down, and then lie on our backs with our feet firmly planted on the floor. We're gonna take that band, we're gonna grab it on both sides, pull it apart, so now we have some tension, and then place that band up against our lower abdominal and lock our arms on the floor. So now you have this like tension holding your hips to the floor. So I'm gonna perform a 1-leg alternating hip up. So I'm gonna come up on my left, drive off my heel, now come up on my right.
And I'm gonna keep both feet on the ground during this hip up.
So this one, we're gonna move at a controlled pace, but it is gonna be timed. So you're gonna get an appropriate number of reps performed in the time here. All right, you decide if 1 leg at a time is appropriate for you or 2. Either way, we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, begin. As you come up, you're driving off your heel or heels, squeezing your glutes up at the top. You want to make sure that your heels are nice and close to you so your feet aren't too far in front. And again, as you've heard me say today, we're controlling both ends of the move on the way up and on the way down. This is going to work your hamstrings, your glutes, lower back, and core, and even some triceps just to hold that band down as you fight against it.
In 3, 2, 1, and break.
All right. Next up, we are going to move to our feet. We're going to stand up, and I'm going to keep my heavier band for this one.
I think I'm going to try my heavier band. We'll see how it goes.
All right, we'll see. And so kind of like we did on that triceps pull apart, just so we don't have the band flopping all over the place, I'm going to wrap my hand around each side of my handle and in my band here as I kind of choke up. All right, and this is called a bow and arrow pull. All right, so on this one, we don't want to have much band in between our hands, right? So I have, what's that, about maybe about a foot, 12 inches, or I don't know what that is in centimeters. Sorry for all of y'all metric countries out there. I don't have
Which is everybody but the U.S.
Yeah, exactly,
so.
which is probably like 90% of y'all. I probably need to get it together. My apologies.
We need to get it together. We need to cut it.
All right, so let's stand with a 50-50 stance. I'm gonna place my left straight arm out. Now I'm going to pull from my right elbow like I'm getting ready to shoot a bow and arrow. And then back, pulling from that elbow every time, nice and under control. And you want tension on that band throughout the whole pull.
And we want to keep a nice straight line, correct?
Yes.
From our left hand back to our right elbow.
From elbow to elbow.
Right.
We're gonna do this one for 10 reps on each side. Ready position, on your marks. Ready, aim, fire. A little improvisational there. Full range of motion, pull it all the way back. And that elbow is where you're pulling from, right? So feel like, again, like you have a string attached to that elbow and you're pulling back on it every time.
That's number 4.
So this one is working your back as well as your different parts of your back. So your rhomboids, your lats, your rear deltoid, all working together on this one.
3 more reps.
Maintaining our breath, not holding our breath. Core stays tight and active on this one as well.
That's number 9. You have 1 more.
All right, last one. And 10. All right, same move. Opposite side now.
That's hard.
Again, trying your best to maintain that same distance between each hand, right? So we want to make sure we get the same amount of work done on each side. 50-50 stance here. Same move. Ready and begin. Again, full range of motion. You want that tension all throughout. And if you don't have tension all throughout, go ahead and choke up on that band a little more, which is actually exactly what I'm going to do right here. There we go.
That's 4.
Nice tight core on this one. And even if you're not an archery enthusiast, this is still a great move, again, to improve strength in that upper back, as well as your biceps
2 more.
and shoulders and abs.
Last rep.
And here's number 10.
Nice work.
All right.
Ooh.
Moving back to the floor for our second set of our banded hip ups. So you decide if the 1 leg variation or the 2 leg variation is appropriate for you. And you know, if you start off doing my variation of 1 and you move to Claudia's or vice versa, it's all right to switch it up. As we gain new information, you want to adapt. All right, so grabbing that band on both sides, and then I'm gonna pull it apart. So now I have my tension, trying to lock those arms to the floor.
Bring your heels close to your bum.
And we're ready to go for 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, begin. And again, we're driving off those heels, squeezing our glutes up at the top, trying to get a nice straight line from our knees down through our hips, fighting against that band. And like I said, you're gonna get a little extra credit, a little extra tricep work in
10 more seconds.
on this one, just holding the band in place. Almost there.
In 3, 2, 1, and break. Nice job.
All right, so no more of those. We can check those off our list. Let's come back up to our feet, and we're moving into our second set of our bow and arrow pull. Again, so we're gonna choke up, wrapping that band several times around each hand. So we end up with just a little band in between so we can maintain resistance all throughout the pull. Feet are equal, nice 50-50 stance. I'm gonna get that front arm out. Both elbows are up and begin. Again, we got 10 pulls here on each side. Pulling back from that elbow. Maintaining a nice tight core, slight bend in our knees, good solid base. And we're breathing throughout.
4 more reps.
3 more. Every rep is getting us just that much closer to our goals.
Last one right here. And pull.
There's number 10. All right, same move. Shouldn't have to adjust your hands too much. Same move, opposite side now. Opposite arm out in front. Ready? And begin. Again, making sure that you have tension throughout the whole move. That's one of the keys to resistance band training. If you only have tension halfway through the move, it's not going to do anything.
Maybe you might have to adjust mid-set like me.
Hey,
It's
and
okay.
that's all right. It's not about being right, it's about getting it right. And I think we've proven time and time again we're not perfect either. So just like you, we're still trying to improve.
Let's do 4 more.
Last 4. We're in it together, tribe. Feeling those muscles work. Starting to get fatigued, but we're gonna finish strong.
Last repetition right here.
And there is 10. Excellent job. For our last superset, we're going to alternate between an exercise for our glutes and for our shoulders, because who doesn't want nice glutes and shoulders?
Hey, I know I do.
All right, so both of us are going to grab our lighter band for this next one. And we recommend you do the same. It doesn't take much for either of these exercises. We're going to start by standing on the band with both feet. We're going to perform a standing straight leg abduction. So it's going to work on our medial glutes, that's the outside. Getting a little tension in between each. And for mine, I'm going to choke up a little bit. Again, making sure you have that tension is what it's all about. All right, now I'm going to bend my left knee. That's my nice solid base here. And now with a straight leg, I'm going to abduct and return. So this one's going to take some balance as well. We're going to perform this one for 10 repetitions on each side. Ready and begin. Again, trying your best to maintain balance, but if you're not perfect, neither are we.
Hey, all jokes aside, having nice, strong glutes is good for having a pain-free back.
Great point.
Lower back issues a lot of times just develop from having weak glutes. So
that's a great point. Besides for vanity reasons, there are a lot of postural reasons and health reasons to have strong glutes.
this is 9. Oop, almost lost it. And 10.
Same move, opposite side now. So get ready to abduct with your other leg. 3, 2, 1, and begin.
Nice little bend in that right leg.
Again, this is all performed under control. And when you get to that top, we're squeezing the outside of that glute. Again, not holding our breath, focusing on our breathing.
8, 2 more.
Pulling with those glutes.
Ugh. And 10.
Excellent. All right, so here comes our shoulder move. So for this next one, we're going to perform an alternating side raise and front raise. We're going to do this for 10 repetitions. When our arms are at our side here, you already want to feel some tension. So it shouldn't just be completely loose here. If it is, go ahead and wrap it up again. So hands start at our side. We're going to bring our straight arms out to our side, palms down, and return. Now we're going to do a front raise, palms down, and return. So it's 6 of each, 12 repetitions in total. Ready and begin. This one's really gonna finish off our shoulders. They've already gotten a fair amount of work in today. And this is just gonna be the icing on the cake. Sorry for the bad food analogy there. Hopefully that didn't trigger anybody. Trigger warning, he's talking about cake. Finishing the move with our arms parallel to the floor. So we don't wanna come up any higher than that. That's not needed. Just parallel to the floor. Again, controlling way up and way down. This one is working all 3 of our deltoid heads. Anterior, posterior, and medial.
And this is 12 right here.
Number 12. Oh, thank goodness.
Oh.
All right, so that's one time through that last superset. And we're gonna go one more time, starting again with those standing straight leg abductions. All right, getting ready here. Shoulders are resting while our glutes are gonna be working. Ready and begin. Straight leg, under control, especially on the way back. You wanna feel that tension, like you're fighting against that tension and not allowing that leg just to immediately come back. Squeezing every time up at the top.
4 more.
And that lead leg, that base leg is gonna work as well.
Oh yeah, it is.
Not just to stabilize, but to stay strong and in place.
And last one.
All right, 10 more,
Next.
opposite side. Ready and begin.
Ooh, which usually means it's gonna get a burn faster, I feel like, on this side.
Yeah, exactly. Well, by this time, we have 3 sets in here. Plus, we've had other work in our glutes throughout
Yes,
the
we
day.
have.
So again, some cumulative fatigue on. That's all right. That's how we know it's working.
7, 8, 2 more.
9, last one, and 10. Okay.
Nice work.
Last set of our shoulder move, alternating side raise and front raise. Not a lot of moving around here, so let's get right into it. Ready and begin. Side raise, return, front raise, return. 12 reps in total. It's that time of the workout where it starts to get tough, starts to become a challenge. You gotta remind yourself what made you hit that play button to begin with today. Focusing on that why.
Halfway.
You're here to get stronger, here to lose weight, here to just kick butt at life, regain your health, whatever it is. Look good in a tank top. I don't care what it is, use it.
Here's number 10. You have 2 more repetitions. Let's fight to the end.
Last 2, come on. You're a fighter, not a quitter.
1 more. Exhale. Nice job.
Nice work. All right, nice work, Claudia.
Nice work.
Nice work to you out there, HASfit tribe.
This was a kick butt resistance band workout is all I have to say.
I can sincerely say I'm going to feel this one tomorrow in a good way. All right, so we can set our bands down, and it is time for our cool down. We're going to move to the floor here. It's nice and slow. Come on down.
Everybody's favorite part.
And the purpose of our cool down is to allow our heart rates to come down slowly. And this is also our time to work on our flexibility and mobility. So let's lie down on our backs. We're getting started with a lying shoulder extension plus floor angel. So it's 2 moves in one. You go ahead and firmly plant your feet down. My hands are at my side, my palms are facing in. So I'm keeping my back glued to the floor. So that includes my lower back, upper back, all the above. I'm raising my straight arms up overhead. Full extension, trying my best to bring my hands to the floor, and then I'm going to transition into a floor angel. So now I'm going to bring my palms up, pulling down on my elbows and hands, trying to drag them on the floor. Now extend straight back up overhead. All the way, big reach. Palms go back to facing one another, and arms come back to our side. So that's 1. Let's do it again. Again, arms all the way overhead. Maybe you're able to lie your arms flat down on the floor. Maybe you can't even touch it. Just go through the movement and full range of motion. Then on that floor angel, again, we're trying our best to drag our hands and elbows on the floor, but your flexibility may not allow that yet. Doing the best that you can, and return.
Either way, showing our shoulders and our back some love here.
And it's not as important that you're able to actually touch your arms or hands to the floor on this one. I know sometimes I've seen some feedback that people can be a little disappointed by the fact that they can't quite get there. But you need to understand that both Claudia and I, we've been doing this one for a while. So don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself to get there on your first or second try. Just show up. Keep repeating it, and you will improve.
It is amazing how much your body will change and just get better as you're more consistent.
We're going to do this one for the last 5 seconds. So it's about 1 more rep here. In 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right. We showed our shoulders some love there. Now let's show our hamstrings and glutes some love. Bring out those legs flat on the floor. We're going to do a lying hamstring stretch. So just relax, lying flat here. I'm going to keep my glutes and my lower back glued to the floor while I bring my right straight leg up and return it back down. Now my left leg. So this one is a dynamic stretch. We are going through a moving stretch here.
Exhale as you bring your leg up, and you may not have that much range of motion.
Yeah.
And that's completely okay.
Just like the last one, don't feel discouraged if your legs are only getting this high today. But the key is to keep that leg straight. Don't sacrifice form by bending your knee and say, oh, well, look now how high I can get it if I bend my knee. Well, now you're not getting the same stretch. It's better to keep that leg straight and be honest with the stretch than it is to bend the knee, cheat, and now you're not really doing anything. This one is going to stretch our hamstrings, our calves, glutes, lower back, and all of those muscle groups got work today in our workout. So it's nice that we're spending the time for some restoration here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Or we can go ahead and sit up. We're staying on the floor or moving into a seated knee crossover stretch. So let's start by putting both straight legs out in front of us. Good posture. Sitting up. I'm going to bend my right knee and I'm going to cross over my left leg. Now I'm going to take my left arm, left elbow, and bring it on the outside of that right knee and gently twist to the side of that knee that's crossing over. And I'm going to hold here. This one is a static stretch. Static stretch, we want to get to about 85, 90% of what we're capable of. So we want to feel a good stretch here, but don't torque and, get to the point where you're feeling pain or you're going to injure yourself. Big deep breaths. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, leg down. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Same move now. Of course, by now you know we got to do everything equally on both sides. This stretch is great for our piriformis, which is here in our hip, one of the major causes of sciatic nerve pain. Great for our lower back, glutes, even a little bit of IT band. Holding this one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Back to center. Next up, we are going to stretch our quadriceps, and we're going to get into a side lying position. So I'm going to lie down on my left side, and I'm going to stretch my right quad, which is this big thigh muscle on top. I'm going to reach back, grab my foot or your ankle, whatever you can reach. And if you can't quite reach it, you can use a band or a towel to help you grab onto it. And again, this is another static stretch. So we're getting here 85, 90% what we can do, and we're just holding. Again, the quads got a lot of work in today's workout, and I'm feeling it right now. How you feeling, Claudia?
Definitely feeling the stretch up front.
Holding this one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, go ahead and turn over. Same move, opposite side. And don't be alarmed. Go ahead and begin. Don't be alarmed if one side is a little tighter than the other. Try to keep that knee down though, not flared up. If you flare it up, it's actually not going to allow that quad to stretch.
Feeling good that workout is over.
Feeling
that is
accomplished.
done for the day.
Amen. I love it. Again, a million other things you could have done today and during this time, but you had the discipline to show up and put in the work.
Good word, discipline.
Discipline.
That's hard. Self-discipline is hard.
Consistency is hard. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax.
You can stay on the ground.
You can stay. You can relax, take a nap, pass out. We got to get up. We got this whole outro we got to do.
Woo.
All right. And that is it. Again, as we said, we know how much it takes to hit that play button and show up. So we're so thankful and grateful that not only did you work out today, but you chose to come hang out with us.
That's right. You have a lot of options out there.
Did you know that you can get even faster results by following a complete fitness program?
And those complete fitness programs can be found on our HASfit app, which you can download to either your iPhone or your Android device. You can also find them on HASfit.com.
You can also stop by our store, pick up some HASfit gear like a t-shirt or our diet guide, Eating for Life.
Don't forget to like us on your favorite social media channels.
Again, thank you so much for working out with us today. I'm Coach Kozak.
I'm Claudia.
And we will see you at your next workout.